I took 3,000 of my students to a volleyball game.
No way. That can't possibly be
It is
true.
true.
It is not true. Tell me how it
I'll tell
happened.
you.
Great.
All right, welcome to Uncommon Professor. I am Matt. I wrote this book. I have a lot of stuff to show you today, and I'm going to tell you how this happened. I've been doing this every semester since I started. Here's how it happened. My very first semester, I didn't realize I had so many athletes in my class. And at the end of a class, these three young women come up to me, and they're taller than me. And they said, "Do you want to be our guest coach for volleyball?" And I said, "Yes. Yes, I do. What do I have to do?" "Oh, just show up at 3 o'clock before the game. We'll give you a tour and all this stuff." And it was astounding. It was amazing. They introduced me as the guest coach. However,
However, what?
however,
However,
shut up.
you shut up, idiot.
I was sitting with an assistant athletic director. I think her name was Sylvia. And she was a really smart person. And I said, "How many people are in here? Because we're in an arena that holds 18,000." And she goes, "I don't know, 200 ish." So 200 people showed up for this volleyball game. And by the way, I was sitting in the front row. It was like being at the Olympics. It was amazing. So I said, "Who are these 200 people?" "Well, their moms and dads, their local high school volleyball teams, some elementary stuff." And as usual, I shot off my mouth
No
and
shit.
I said, "I'll bet you I can bring 1,000 people to your next volleyball game." And she goes, "It's a bet." So I went to my class and I said, "Hey, we're all going to go to volleyball." And we did. And I've been doing that ever since with all the non-revenue teams. I like football fine, but I just do it for all the non-revenue teams. I have so many athletes stop me on campus. "Will you come to our rugby game, our lacrosse game?" We've been to water polo. Oh, another story in a story. Let me tell you about one of my favorite visits. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can focus this in. This is one of my favorite things. This is ASU's tennis team. Let me tell you what these guys did. And let me get this stupid microphone in front of me. Let me tell you what these guys did. So we took 2,700 people to tennis. Now, I knew the coach. The coach is the guy that taught me how to play tennis. Am I any good? Hang on. Yeah, I was pretty good. Let me show you something. Too big? Hang on. That's a lot of reflection. Yeah, that's me from Sports Illustrated. I used to be one of Adidas's cover boys. So, pretty cool stuff. Hang on, let me get my shit together. Now, one of the things that happened at tennis was crazy. The tennis center at ASU only holds 800 people. I show up with 2,700 people. Most of my students don't know a thing about tennis, and they don't care. So they started doing ASU stuff, like rattling their keys when the other team was serving, and they were making so much noise that this old guy gets out of the chair and goes, "God damn it, that's enough. If I hear one more peep out of all of you, I'm going to stop all of." Okay, old man. And they kept going, and no, they didn't stop the match. Consequently, about a year later, and I think, by the way, they were playing Georgia Tech back then. And I walked on the court after the whole thing, and I kind of wanted to apologize to the Georgia Tech guy. And he goes, "Are you kidding me? This is the greatest match we've ever played." I'm like, "Well, I appreciate that." He goes, "You know how many fans we get? You know, local dad bod tennis guys. That's it." So I decided to do it again a year later, and that was against UCLA. So I brought just about as many people into a tennis center that only holds 800. By the way, my students were banging against the fences. It was awesome. So this big dude comes up to me, way bigger than me, and he goes, "Are you Professor McCarthy?" I'm like, "Oh, shit. I want to shake your hand." This is a UCLA guy. I heard about what happened at Georgia Tech, and I hope it happens today. I hope that keeps happening. This is fantastic. I'm like, that's awesome. So I've been doing this for 21 years in a row. I guess we missed the pandemic, but I've been doing this. And if you come to ASU and you're in the business school, you will take my class and we will go somewhere. Now, some teams are better than others. Some teams are much more appreciative than others. And unfortunately, some aren't. And so I never, ever revisit that sport. And I feel bad for the athletes. But I'm going to keep doing it. I haven't decided who I'm going to go to this year.
Still too many ums, dude.
I know.
You suck.
But I'll figure it out. So, other than that, I just thought I'd tell you about that. Peace.